Welcome back to another exciting episode of Let's Learn English. I'm Jessica, and as always, I am joined by my wonderful co-host Daniel. How are you doing today, Daniel? Are you ready to dive into some incredibly practical English conversation skills with our awesome listeners?
Hey, Jessica. I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. I have been looking forward to this specific episode all week because we are tackling a topic that literally every single English learner encounters. Today, we are talking about how to accept and refuse invitations in English.
Oh yes, this is such an important topic. Whether you are living in an English-speaking country, traveling, or just chatting with international friends online, you are going to get invited to things. But let's be honest, even for native speakers, saying yes or no can sometimes feel a bit stressful.
Absolutely. You don't want to sound too eager or desperate when you say yes, and you definitely don't want to sound rude or abrupt when you have to turn down an invitation. It's all about finding that perfect balance of politeness, clarity, and warmth. Let's start with the fun part, saying yes.
Yes, let's start with the positive. Imagine a casual situation. A friend or a classmate comes up to you and says, "Hey, do you want to grab some coffee after class?" What is a natural, friendly way to accept that invitation without sounding too stiff, Daniel?
Well, in a casual setting, you want to show enthusiasm. One of the absolute best and most common phrases you can use is, "I'd love to." It is short, sweet, and shows genuine excitement. For example, you could say, "I'd love to. I really need a coffee break right now."
I love that one. It's so warm. Another great informal option, especially if you are being invited to join a group activity, is count me in. If some friends are planning a weekend trip or a movie night and ask if you want to join, saying count me in sounds incredibly natural.
That is a perfect one, Jessica. Another classic casual phrase is, "sounds like a plan." This is particularly useful when the details are already being discussed. If someone says, "let's meet at the park at 3 o'clock," you can just say, "sounds like a plan." It means you agree and are ready to go.
Exactly. It really locks in the agreement in a very cool, casual way. But now, what if we transition to a more formal environment? Let's say your manager invites you to a professional networking luncheon, or a business partner invites you to a formal dinner. We shouldn't say count me in to our boss, right?
Definitely not. That might sound a little too relaxed. In formal situations, you want to show respect and appreciation. A wonderful phrase is, "Thank you for the invitation. I would be delighted to attend." It is elegant, professional, and perfectly appropriate for the workplace.
Oh, I would be delighted to attend is incredibly elegant. It instantly elevates your level of English. Another wonderful formal option is, I would be honored to join you. This works beautifully for major events like a wedding, an anniversary celebration, or an official award ceremony. It shows deep respect.
Yes, and you can always add, "I am looking forward to it." This works in both formal and informal contexts. It shows positive anticipation. For example, you could say, "Thank you for the invitation. I would be delighted to attend. I am really looking forward to celebrating with you."
That is such a great point. It adds that extra touch of warmth. But now, Daniel, let's talk about the hard part, the part of the conversation that many English learners sweat, refusing an invitation. Why is saying no so difficult, and how can we do it politely?
Oh, it is tough because we don't want to disappoint others. But in English-speaking cultures, turning down an invitation is completely acceptable, as long as you do it with a little bit of grace. My favorite strategy for this is what I call the polite refusal sandwich. It has 3 simple layers.
A polite refusal sandwich. I love that analogy. Let's break down the layers of this linguistic sandwich. The first layer, the bottom bun, is appreciation. Before you say no, you must thank the person for thinking of you. You can say, "Thank you so much for the invite," or "That sounds like fun."
Exactly. It starts things on a positive note. Now, the middle layer of the sandwich is the actual refusal. But here's the secret. We almost never just say, "I can't come." We always soften it. We use phrases like, "I would love to, but," or "unfortunately, I can't make it."
Yes, unfortunately, I can't make it is an absolute lifesaver. It's polite and clear. And notice how you don't need a massive detailed excuse. Keep it brief. You can say, "I have other plans," or "I have a prior commitment." In English, over-explaining can actually sound a bit insincere.
Oh, that is a golden rule. If you give too many details, it can sound like you're making up a lie. Keep it simple. Now, the top layer of our sandwich is the positive wrap-up. A great casual way to do this is asking for a rain check. What does that mean, Jessica?
This is a wonderful idiom. Asking for a rain check means you want to decline this time, but you would love to do it another time in the future. It actually comes from baseball history, when games were rained out and fans got tickets for a future game. It's so useful.
I love that bit of trivia. So putting the whole sandwich together, it sounds like this. Thank you so much for the invite. That sounds amazing. Unfortunately, I can't make it this weekend because I have a prior commitment, but I'd love to take a rain check. It sounds incredibly natural.
It really does. Now, what if we need to do a formal refusal? If you are declining a business event or a formal dinner, we need to maintain a respectful, professional tone. A standard, highly polite formula is, "Thank you for the invitation, but regretfully I am unable to attend."
Yes, regretfully I am unable to attend is flawless, and using prior commitment is the ultimate professional way to say you are busy. To show extra goodwill, you can also add, "I hope the event is a great success," or "I wish you all the best for the celebration."
That is a beautiful touch, Daniel. It leaves a wonderful impression. Let's do a quick role play so our listeners can hear how these phrases sound in real time. I'll invite you to something casual, and you refuse me using our polite refusal sandwich. Are you ready?
I am absolutely ready. Go ahead, Jessica. Give me your best casual invitation.
Hey, Daniel. A few of us are going to grab some street tacos tonight around 7 o'clock. Do you want to come along with us? We'd love to have you there.
Oh, street tacos sound absolutely incredible, Jessica. Thank you so much for asking me. Unfortunately, I've already promised to help my brother move into his new apartment tonight, so I won't be able to make it. But let's definitely get tacos next week, okay?
That was flawless, Daniel. You appreciated the invite, gave a polite refusal with a brief reason, and kept the door open for next week. I feel totally fine about you saying no, and I'm already looking forward to next week's tacos. It keeps the friendship active.
Exactly. It's all about maintaining that connection. Now, let's switch roles and do a formal one. I will invite you to a formal event, and you can practice accepting it formally. Let's see how you do.
All right, I'm ready. Let me get into my professional mindset.
Dear Jessica, we are hosting our company's annual charity gala this Saturday evening at the Grand Plaza Hotel. We would be absolutely delighted if you and your partner could join us as our guests for the evening.
Thank you so much for the kind invitation, Daniel. I would be honored to attend. It sounds like a wonderful cause, and I am truly looking forward to celebrating with the team this weekend.
Bravo. That was spectacular. You acknowledged the invite with gratitude, expressed your honor, and shared your positive anticipation. It is professional, polished, and perfectly appropriate. Practicing these out loud is so helpful for building confidence and natural rhythm.
Yes, and don't forget that tone of voice is just as important as the words. When you say, "I'd love to, but I can't," make sure your voice sounds warm and genuinely regretful, not flat or robotic. English intonation carries a lot of polite emotion.
So true. A friendly, natural intonation makes your English sound much more authentic. Well, Jessica, we've covered casual and formal accepting, the polite refusal sandwich, and formal refusals today. I think our listeners are fully equipped to handle any invitation.
I think so too. And we hope this episode of Let's Learn English gives our viewers the confidence to say yes to new adventures and say no comfortably when they need to. To our YouTube audience, we want to hear from you in the comments.
Yes. What is your favorite phrase to use when accepting an invitation? Or how do you politely say no in your native language? Let us know below. We read every single comment and love learning from you.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Let's Learn English, give us a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Your support helps us create more great content. Thank you all so much for tuning in today.
Keep practicing, stay confident, and we will see you in the next episode of Let's Learn English. Take care, everyone. Bye.